And welcome back to the next rendition of the What If series, Dragon Ball Z What If. What if Goku was adopted by the Grand Priest? So last time we left off on this I keep saying who would win, this What If. Goku being raised by the Grand Priest, having raised and essentially groomed to be a god of destruction. He has a power comparable to a god of destruction, if not greater than most of the gods of destruction, maybe even greater than a couple of the angels. And he was sent to replace or just take the role of the God of Destruction of Universe 6. He and Champa duked it out. Champa lost pretty quickly, and he has Vados as his attendant. Obviously, being raised by the Grand Priest, Vados is kind of like a sister to him. But could there be more? I don't know. I honestly don't know. We'll see down the way if I decide to go that route. But anyway, last we left off, Beerus had heard tale of this, woken up because he had heard about the Super Saiyan God. Now, should be noted, in Earth's history without Goku, yeah, things haven't gone too well. I mean, King Piccolo took over the Earth. Kami eventually took care of that, though. Raditz came. Yeah, basically just, they bought the Earth. Beerus eventually woke up and killed off Majin Buu and Frieza and all that, so everything's pretty much in order. But he hears about a Saiyan, a Saiyan with godlike power, is the god of destruction of Universe 6. So we last left off with him and Whis showing up to Goku's planet, I suppose, in Universe 6, where him and Vados are trading and just enjoying each other's company. And then, Beerus is like, so we last off with Beerus, so you must be the Saiyan. Goku, I'm here. And I'm going with Goku instead of Kakarot just because it's easier. Goku, is it? Yes. And Goku initially is like, oh, you must be, and he's like, Whis, and then realize, you must be Lord Beerus? I was like, oh, I see you've heard of me. Well, I'm a god of destruction too. I have to know about, at least, of you, so, yes, I heard you're a god of destruction, indeed. Well, I was wondering if you could help me with a little dilemma I'm having. You see, I had this vision of doing battle with a Super Saiyan god. Unfortunately, none seem to exist within my universe. However, when I was told about you, I thought maybe my prayers had finally been answered. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind having a little sparring session with me. It's like, well, we're not supposed to fight. Those are rules. Rules, schmools. Whis, Vados, you could make something happen, couldn't you? And then Whis and Vados just kind of like, well, I don't think we could. Well, I mean, we could go to the world of the void if you really want. I mean, you're not going to affect it. Oh, perfect. That'd be wonderful. So, Goku, what do you say? And Goku's like, okay. If it's cool with you guys, if everything, we're not going to destroy anything in the world of the void, so why not? So, with a little finagling, Goku probably runs it by the Grand Priest, his dad. Say, hey, Dad, Beerus just wanted to have a fight, but obviously if we do it in the universe, so can you go to the world of the void? So, Grand Priest is like, sure, why not? I don't see anything wrong with it. It's important for a god of destruction to keep their abilities up. So, Beerus and Goku square off, and Goku's in base form, Beerus is starting out slow. So, the fight begins, and they're pretty evenly matched. Both really low powered at the moment, both really not going full out, nor would they have a reason to right now. Excuse me. So yeah, both of them are taking easy, but they're both taking each other seriously too. And they both say, so I see you are strong, but this can't be all your power. Can really say the same about you. You're not even using 10% of your power, Lord Beerus. It's like, well, you got me. So how about we crank it up? Beerus decides to go to like 50%. That's fine with me. Goku powers up. Immediately goes to Super Saiyan God. Like, yes, this is it. That fiery red hair. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It's everything I've wanted in the fight. And then they go again. This time the fight's far more even. Goku's even pressing Beerus. All right, then let's go even further. And then Beerus is just getting all his kicks out of this. Goku's like, oh, he's pushing me back in. Goes like, this isn't my strongest form either. What? And then goes Super Saiyan Blue, shows that off, and Beerus is a little flat. Like, I thought this is power even beyond Super Saiyan God. How could it be this strong? And then while Beerus and him going toe to toe again, Beerus now being pushed back. Beerus says, "Fine, 100% it is." Comes in, pushes Goku back again. Goku's like, all right, you giving me no choice. Like, what? You can go even further? And then Goku's solid, just hair drops from blue to black, but all of a sudden the silver orb comes up, and Beerus is suddenly really freaked. He's like, what? No. It's like, of course, I was raised by the Grand Priest, Lord Beerus. If you didn't think I'd learn how to use Ultra Instinct, and his hair just goes white and everything, you're sorely mistaken. It's like, and Beerus, now it's implied Beerus does know at least a level, particularly in the manga, we know he knows a bit of Ultra Instinct. He doesn't know perfect Ultra Instinct by any stretch of the means, but he knows a little bit of it. It's also implied that Beerus in the anime at least has an understanding of it and can use it on some minor level. He's definitely hasn't mastered it, but he can still use it. At least according to Whis, it's like it's difficult for Beerus to learn, which means Beerus has tried to learn it. So the fight immediately goes in Goku's favor. At this point, Beerus can kind of keep up with Goku, as he's using a little bit of the Ultra Instinct that he does know. But Goku hasn't mastered Ultra Instinct. So Goku ends up thoroughly thrashing Beerus at that point. Ooh, excuse me. Thoroughly thrashing Beerus at that point. So, when it's all said and done, Beerus and Goku get healed up. Everything's like, ugh. And it's like, oh, well, my Lord Beerus, was this how it went? I didn't foresee the outcome of the fight, Whis. I just saw the fight happening. This isn't over, Goku. But I must say, you are quite impressive indeed. Quite impressive indeed. Beerus is like, we'll live to live to do this again, Goku. It's like, oh yeah, that was fun, Lord Beerus. Anytime you want to go have a good spar, I'm down for it. Yes, quite. So Beerus kind of becomes a bit of an antagonist. Not a villain, obviously, but he's a rival to Goku. He's upset that he lost. He's, bitching and moaning to his about. It's like, damn it, Whis, blah, da, 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 da. So move over to, so stressing the point beyond that is what happens in the series after this. Well, Frieza and Buu are gone. So nothing in Universe 7 is really going to take place. We're dealing with the story arc of pretty much Goku at this point in Universe 6. And again, with the Grand Priest's guidance and training, he is an effective guy. He's in the top 5 now. His mortal level, I think, is like a 7 or something like that. That's the level you need to be. The mortal level of his universe is in the higher tiers. Well, so when the Universal Destruction arc happens, or Universal Tournament of Power arc happens, yeah, he would. Their universe would be spared. So, what happens with Goku just overall? What happens in the story overall? Well, I think a lot of it would just be them kind of spending time, or Goku just doing his thing, engaging in a spar with Vados, or engaging in a spar with Vados, spending time with us. Vados and him are pretty close. Could we have a romance? Sure, but at this point, it'd be a romance for the sake of romance. Yeah, you can make the argument because they spend so much time together, and Vados has known Goku for so long. Yeah, you can make an argument that a romance could naturally form from that, but I don't really feel inclined to make a romance for Goku and Vados. I think they would just have a familial love for each other. Maybe in a different story, I could create a romance that spawns for Goku and Vados, but in this one, even though it could make sense, I just feel like it's adding romance for the sake of romance. Yeah, so I'm not going to include any Goku Vados shipping, as it were called. I don't even know if I'd give Goku or romance for any reason. So really, where do we go from here? Well, I mean, the Universe 6 arc doesn't happen. Because Goku has no interest in collecting the Super Dragon Balls like Champa was. We might see a variation of the Goku Black arc. In fact, honestly, I mean, Goku's life force is tied to the Supreme Kai's. So, hypothetically, when Zamasu doesn't... See, I don't think we also get the Goku Black arc. Because, we don't get... Because we don't get Trunks or anything like that. We don't get the Goku Black arc because Goku's not there to... I don't think Zamasu has ever met any other God of Destruction outside of Beerus when he came there. He knows about them. But Zamasu got pissed off with Goku because he was a mortal who achieved the power of a god and was going toe-to-toe, and it just made him furious. But Goku is a God of Destruction. And let's be clear, it's pretty much not confirmed, but heavily implied that God of Destructions are not born. They're trained. Topo was a candidate to become a God of Destruction. He's not a god. He's a mortal. But he's got God Ki. Same can be said for pretty much any of them. Beerus, Champa, pretty much any of the gods you see. It seems that they were not born gods. They were chosen to be gods. So, really, it's no different than, hey, Goku, you're the God of Destruction. So, okay, you're a God of Destruction. I was the same, but I was trained and raised by the Grand Priest. And, Zamasu couldn't, I don't think, even with Zamasu's logic, I don't think he would find an excuse against that. And that being said, even if Zamasu does go rogue, I think the fact that Goku is a Saiyan will give him a slight keener sense of danger and things along those lines. So, and plus the Grand Priest, I feel, would take into consideration these things. Because Goku is a rare situation. This is that he's not just the God of Destruction; he is a child of the Grand Priest. Now, the angels are the Grand Priest's children as well. They just go back to home when there's no God of Destruction. I think Goku might get a pass even if that shit did happen. And if that shit does happen, Goku is not bound by the rules of the angel, so he can go and take out Zamasu if he has to. But also, because the Universe 6 tournament Universe 6 tournament didn't happen, Zamasu didn't learn about the Super Dragon Balls. So, ultimately, yeah, I think Zamasu does eventually chill out to some degree. But it is what it is. And then you get to the Universal Survival Arc. Now, how does that play out? Well, we know Universe 1, it was Universe 1, 4, 5. Crap, which ones were exempt? 1, 5, 6. No, Shampoo was 6. 1, 5. It was 13 universes, right? No, 12 universes. Universe 12, Universe 1 were exempt, as well as Universe 5 and Universe 8. That was it. They were exempt. Well, Universe 6 would be exempt in this as well. So ultimately, it would come down to... It would suck, because that means Beerus is screwed. Because the whole planet Earth has been subjugated. Now, Frieza and Buu are gone, but I would imagine the Saiyans might still be around in some capacity. So he might find Vegeta, he might find Raditz, he might find Nappa. He might find the planet Namek. Yeah, because there'd be no reason for that. He'd probably find planet Namek. And he might go to Earth, because I can imagine Kami, who is probably still lingering around like that, use the Dragon Balls to save Earth from the Saiyans again. Maybe he's been improving himself over time, so maybe he himself could be a candidate. But ultimately, Beerus' team is overall screwed, because they don't have any fighters even close to Roshi at that point. And Roshi at that point would still be around, probably. But even if he has been training, Roshi might arguably be the strongest individual on that team. And now, let's take Roshi out of the equation. You don't even have Krillin level fighters or Tien level fighters on that planet anymore come Super. It just didn't happen. So, ultimately, yeah, it's probably going to be Universe 11 that loses. Or wins. And Junior's like, I want to bring my master back. Okay, boom. Now we're going to erase all of you. What? So, yeah, because you didn't have the selfless nature of Universe 7 to play off of, that would pretty much end with the universes that were not exempt, everyone that participated being over. And then the universes turn. So things would just continue on from there. Universe 7, there'd be no Broly movie that comes later. So ultimately, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. That's basically where we're gonna end if Goku had been raised by the Grand Priest. But what are your thoughts? Put in the comments below. Let me know. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. So as you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. Do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, what if, anything I do on the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.